guys, I am back with another beauty video. Give me a round of applause because I've done two beauty videos. My last two posts have been beauty videos. If you have not seen my last vlog about me being snowed in and my skincare routine and review on Juice Beauty, stop what you're doing right now and click on one of the two of those videos. Just make sure that you get through both of those videos before you come back to this one, okay? Anyway, today I am doing a Valentine's Day look. Valentine's Day is coming up and I wanted to do a makeup look for you all. Something cute. And I'm only using two palettes in this tutorial, two palettes. And these two palettes have been my key palettes, my go-to palettes for all of my colorful and natural looks that I've been doing. So if you want to see how I got this look, definitely stay tuned. So the first thing that I'm going to start with is my NYX eyeshadow base in the color Natural. And as you can see, I've already applied my foundation and my brows. Now if my foundation looks a little bit more orange than my chest, it's because I did put some orange color corrector up under my foundation, so it does change my foundation color just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and apply that to both of my eyelids. I'm applying it from the lid all the way up to the brow just to cover the whole eye space so that whatever color that I put on will pop. So I'm going to do that on both eyes. Once I have that applied to both eyes, I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill palette. I told you I will be using two palettes in this video, and the Jaclyn Hill palette is one. Here's an overview of all the colors that she has in the palette. So the first shade that I'm going to start with is this natural brown shade. Now, unfortunately, I won't be telling you the names of these eyeshadows as I go through, but I will try to point to them to the best of my ability. So I'm going to start with that color. That color is really the same color as my skin tone. So I like to use like a little bit of more of a natural color overall on my eyelid, just so I can have a natural shade to blend while I'm putting on more color. And if you see me looking off to the side, it's because I have a little mirror over there so I can see a little better. And I'm just using a fluffy blending brush so that I can blend that out over my eyes to set that NYX eyeshadow base that I applied earlier. So the next color that I'm going to be applying is directly under that first color that we used. It's more of a burgundy brown, and I'm going to be applying that color to my crease, and I'm going to use a smaller blending brush to put that into my crease, and I'm going to keep blending it until I get the color to my liking. So I'm going to blend, add more color, blend, and add more color. So next I'm going to be mixing these two colors together to deepen my crease. This time around I'm going to be using more of a dense brush in my crease so that I can really pack on the color how I want to. And I'm going to use that same technique as I used before. I'm just going to apply color, blend, reapply, and blend. And for this part you will see me looking more so over into my mirror because I really need to see where my crease is so I can apply the color. So now I'm just going back in with that NYX eyeshadow base. I'm applying that on my lid so that it can be a good base for the eyeshadow that I'm putting on to pop. My advice is to use a base that's going to be either white or lighter than this. For some reason, I couldn't find my white eyeshadow base for this tutorial, so it's not really making the colors pop as much as I would want to, but it is still going to work as a good base. And so you just want to apply that up to your crease area or wherever you want to apply that eyeshadow. So once you have your base down, you want to go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette and apply that reddish, burgundy, orange-ish, glitter-ish, whatever you want to call it, color. And this is the color that I'm going to be using on my lid. You guys, look how pigmented this color is without the brush being wet or anything like that. Usually when you're using a shimmer color, you kind of have to wet it a little bit for the color to really pop. But this is the color on a dry brush, just straight out of the palette. I really love that Jaclyn Hill palette because all of her colors really give good payoff regardless of the brush being wet or not. So I'm just going to apply that to my lid. And then I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Galaxy palette. I'm going to be mixing those two pinkish colors to put on top of my lid over the Jaclyn Hill shadow just to give it a little bit more pop. Now these Fenty eyeshadows do need to be applied with a wet brush because they have a little bit more loose glitter in the shadow. So that means that if you don't wet your brush, you're going to have some glitter all over your face and you don't want that. So I'm just wetting the brush and applying that to my lid over top of the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow. This is an optional step. You can do this or you cannot do this. The Jaclyn Hill shadow is great alone, but I just like to apply the Fenty one just to give it a little extra pop. And so now I'm just going back in with those crease colors from the Jaclyn Hill palette that we used before, just to clean that crease back up and to reapply some of the eyeshadows that we might have lost in using some different colors. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back into my crease and also blend some of the other colors that I used before back into the eye. So we're pretty much done with the eyes for now, and now I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Medium Beige. I'm going to use that to clean up any eyeshadow that might have fallen onto my face and also brighten up my face under the eyes, and I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge to blend that in. So now that we've got our concealer blended and set, I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder in dark, and I'm going to use this to set my eyebrows and my nose, to set around my eyebrows, excuse me. And the reason why I do this is because I usually use a larger brush to set my face, and it's hard to set powder around my eyebrows and down my nose without them getting messed up. So I use a smaller blending brush just to set around my brows and my nose so that I can make sure that everything is blended. And then I'm going to use my e.l.f. cream liner in black to line my eyes off camera. I just did a simple line right down the lash line. And then I'm going to go in with these 615 lashes that I got from Walmart and some black Duro adhesive glue. So while my lashes are drying, I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face with my MAC powder. And I'm just using a fluffier face brush to do this. And I'm going to go over the areas that I haven't already gone over before. So on my cheeks, my chin, down my neck, and on my forehead. Then I'm going to go in with my Black Radiance Contour Palette. This palette is from light to medium, and I'm going to use that color right there to contour my face. And so I'm going to contour my cheeks and my forehead with this brush right here. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller brush to go ahead and contour my nose. So I've applied my lashes off camera, and now I'm getting ready to go back in with the Sacha Buttercup powder that I set my concealer with before, and I'm just going to re-brighten up my under eye and my forehead. Sometimes when I use that contour powder, it kind of makes my under eye go flat, so I just like to brighten it up a little bit more with some more powder. Of course, this is optional. You do not have to do this if you don't want to. And that Sacha Buttercup powder does not have any flashback, so if I took a picture with the flash on, it will not look white up under my eyes, even though I've applied extra powder. So that's always a good thing when you're dealing with setting powder. Going back in with the Black Radiance Contour Palette, I'm going to take that second shade and warm my face up a little bit. That first contour shade can be a little cool, and so I like that they put a second shade in there that's a little bit more warm, just to bring some color back into the skin. So I'm going to apply that in all the areas that I applied that first contour shade, except my nose. I don't apply it to my nose, but I will apply it to the rest of my face and also my neck. Now I'm going in with my e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm going to take these two colors and I'm going to mix those two together and apply it to my face, just to add a little bit of some pink to my face to match my eyes. So now I'm going to take a stippling brush and just blend out all those powders that I put on my face. Since I use a lot of powder on my face, it's necessary for me to blend everything out so you don't see any lines of demarcation or any separation going on. And next, I'm going to go back in with my e.l.f. liner, and I'm going to line my under eyes off camera, and then I'm going to set them with some black eyeshadow so I can make sure that that liner does not run down my eyes. Going back in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to take that first brown shade that we used and just set my under eye. You can get a little bit more fancy and use some of those colors on your lid to go under your eye. But since I have that black eyeshadow at the bottom that's kind of smoky, I like to just keep it like that. Then I'm going to take some mascara. This is from Maybelline, and I'm going to look really crazy trying to apply this right now. But I'm going to apply this to my under eye lashes as well as the false lashes that I put on my lids. Next, I'm going to use these two shadows in the Jaclyn Hill palette to highlight my inner corners in my eye. I like to do this because I have a little bit of smaller eyes and sometimes chinky eyes, and so putting an inner corner highlight helps to keep my eyes open and alert. And now it is highlight time, honey. So I'm going to go in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills Sun-Kissed Highlight Palette, and I'm going to use that Bronze Glow color. And I'm just going to highlight the high points of my cheeks, my forehead, and my nose. I'm also going to go in with a gold eyeshadow from the Fenty Beauty palette just to give it an extra pop. Usually I like to use Fenty Beauty's Trophy Wife on top of this Bronze Glow color, but today I'm trying to keep it a little bit more low-key because, as you know, Trophy Wife is a very bright highlight, and so I'm just going to take a golden shadow from the Galaxy palette and pop that on top of the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Next, I'm going to go in with this Too Faced Matte Setting Spray. This is a Peach Mist Setting Spray, and I've really been enjoying this stuff. You do have to shake like the crap out of it, because if you don't, it will leave some white residue on your face, but just make sure you shake it really, really well. And I spray this all over my face. Now, this does keep me matte for a good part of the day, but it does not keep me matte all day long. Then I'm going to go in with a brown lip liner, and I'm going to line my lips. I'm doing more of a nude lip for this look, but you can do something that's more pink. You can do a red or whatever you feel more comfortable with. So right now I'm just going in to line my lips with a brown liner. Then I'm going to go in with this Milani lip cream in the color Honey. This is a cream to matte lip shade, and I really like this lip shade because it is more of a pinky nude, but when I put the brown liner on it, it does become a little bit more neutral, and so I thought this would be a good look for this eyeshadow because it has a hint of pink, so it's not too nude and it gives you a little bit of color. And that is pretty much it for this soft Valentine's Day eyeshadow look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this eyeshadow. Definitely tag me if you actually do this tutorial. The eyeshadows are really, really easy to dupe. So if you don't have the Jaclyn Hill palette or the Galaxy palette, I'm pretty sure you can find these shades somewhere else and probably somewhere cheaper than the Fenty Galaxy palette. But let me know if you actually do this look or not, and let me know if you've made any changes to the look to fit yourself. And thank you so much for watching. Remember to check out my skincare video and my latest vlog on my channel, and make sure you are subscribed.